This is the Esports exclusive, presented by DX Racer.
What's up everybody, Matt and Mathos here to bring you the latest news from the past week in esports, and finally, all the NA LCS teams have finalized their rosters. Optic was the one holding up this entire thing, but they eventually released it in a pretty fun fashion as well.
Yeah, they are official, like 99% to 100%, and they did it with a Christmas card. And if that isn't Romain Bijard, ex-Unicorn of Love manager, now Optics manager, if that doesn't have his name written all over it, I don't know what does. It's real cool. You got guys in Mounties and Gladiator outfits. It's festive and fun and a great way to let people know exactly who your team was if the one person who was living under a rock wasn't aware of it.
Exactly. I mean, everyone knew what this roster was, but it was nice to actually see them as a team on this Christmas card, especially Power of Evil in that Sith Lord costume. Yeah. We all know he's the villain now, so that was a lot of fun. Another announcement that came out, Riot, again, they like to keep things under wrap when it comes to information with the whole Academy League specifically, but now they've decided to release exactly what this tournament or this Academy League is going to look like.
Yeah, and they really didn't have to think that hard because they just decided to rip off the NA LCS wholesale. They're doing a best-of-1 double round-robin elimination over 9 weeks and a truncated playoff season where only the top 4 teams get themselves locked in. Unfortunately for viewers, although they are playing on 2 different days, they only get to watch one. Fridays are going to be the one day starting January 18th that these guys will be able to take a look at the games and see what the young blood teams are setting themselves up to be.
Yeah, apparently it was originally a single round robin, but then the teams wanted more practice for these players to develop them, and then Riot made double, but they still didn't have the broadcast available to make it both days. So unfortunate, but too bad. I'm sure no one cares too much. It's fine. It's not that big of a deal.
Chomping at the bit.
Let's get to our favorite thing to talk about. Suspensions. We love talking about suspensions.
Love
2 big names this week, obviously. Liquid from Albus Nox. Let's start with that.
Well, unfortunately for Liquid, he got dunked in possibly the scummiest way humanly conceivable for Riot standards, not necessarily below board. Unfortunately for Liquid, he decided to say the phrase, the CIS region should die. Riot decided to take it literally and figured that CIS should die actually meant everyone in the region should be 6 feet underground. They banned him for 6 months and Liquid just decided to retire outright. This is ludicrous when the man is getting banned for talking about people scumming out players out of money. It's pretty unfortunate.
Definitely is, but he wasn't the only one to get a nice ban. XQC going to join him on the bench, just not for as long a period of time.
Yeah, Overwatch seems to have a lot of spillover when it comes to bans. He threw a couple games playing Bastion on King of the Hill. He got a little tilted and he just went AFK. And of course, the whole team reported him. So he was banned 7 days. Unfortunately, there's no word if the league or the Dallas Fuel are going to come down on him on top, but he did post out a 7-minute apology video, and he was really chill about it. He's like, you know, arrogantly speaking, this was not going to come out minute 1. I have some things I need to work on, and I'll work on them. I shouldn't have done what I did. I got triggered, and that's the wrap. You know, it's not the worst suspension, maybe a little severe, and it'll be even worse if the league and or the team do come down on him.
It's always nice to see an apology video where it's not just super PR by the book. He's actually like...
It was the most sincere attempt at an apology.
It's better than what we usually get, that's for sure. Let's jump to CSGO, where Faze, they're back to their winning ways, but of course, who's not there? SKG.
Now, unfortunately for Faze, that one-sided rivalry is going to have to start up in 2018 at the Major, but let's not overlook the victory over Mousesports at the ECS Season 4 Championships. They beat them 2-1 in some real close games. Faze played real tight in that last match, took care of some business, and I'm certain that they're looking forward to starting off the year the same way they ended it, with a big fat W.
Absolutely, and over at the Dota 2 Summit, Fnatic wasn't done losing.
Yeah, Fnatic got bopped by Faze in the ECS Winter Semis, and they got bopped again by Virtus Pro 3-1 at the Dota 2 Summit. Pasha and Ramses were on point, going hard in the paint. Ramses was pushing something like 800 gold per minute in that final game. Virtus Pro won 3 of these things in a row. Virtus Pro 3 in a row. Sounds really good. They're looking forward to starting off 2 in January. They got themselves 150 seeding points for the upcoming international. Looking forward to seeing what else we can get out of these guys coming up soon.
Yeah, not too bad. Let's wrap things up with some Call of Duty over in Montreal, where, you know, unfortunately, 2 of the big names weren't there. Optic wasn't there. TK wasn't there, and that gave Luminosity a chance to take it home.
Yeah, Luminosity took themselves a close game, 3-2 against E United in the finals of the Northern Arena Battles. Got themselves 5,000 seeding points, which is a pretty hefty prize pool for an 8-man tournament. As for TK and Optic, they played in the grand finals of the recent 2K, and TK swept Optic once again 3-0. So it's not looking good for the green wall.
Yeah, not looking too good for the green wall, but what does look good in green, these DX Racer chairs. So go to dxracer.com, use the code SHOTCALLERS for 15% off your purchase. For Mathos, I'm Matt, and we'll catch you next week.
This is the Esports exclusive presented by DX Racer.